What's the most disturbing thing you've ever caught on a home security camera? 3 months ago, I installed cameras around my house because someone kept messing with my garbage cans. I figured it was just kids being stupid. The alerts started coming every Tuesday night around 2:47 a.m. Same time, same spot by my back fence. At first, I thought it was a raccoon or something. The motion sensor would go off, then nothing, just darkness. But after the 5th time, I actually watched the footage instead of just deleting it. There was this woman standing perfectly still by my fence, facing my house. She wasn't doing anything crazy, just standing there in regular clothes, staring. She'd stay for exactly 3 minutes, then walk away. I could see her mouth moving like she was talking to someone, but there was nobody else there. I told my roommate Jake about it, and he laughed it off. Probably just some lady walking her dog late at night, he said. Dogs probably stopped to sniff something, but I kept watching the footage, and there was no dog. She was always alone. The pattern continued for 2 more weeks. Every Tuesday, 2:47 a.m., 3 minutes of staring. I started leaving my porch light on, thinking maybe she'd get spooked and stop coming. Instead, she moved closer. Now she was standing right at my back door, still talking to herself, still perfectly still for 3 minutes. The camera picked up her voice this time, and what I heard made my skin crawl. She was reciting my address over and over, mixed with random numbers and my neighbors' names. I decided to call the police. They came out, looked at the footage, and said they'd increase patrols in the area, but they couldn't arrest someone for standing on public property, even if it was weird. That Thursday night, my motion alert went off. Not Tuesday, Thursday, and not 2:47 a.m. It was 11:15 p.m. I checked my phone, expecting to see the usual woman. Instead, it was a different person entirely. A guy in his 30s, standing in the exact same spot she always stood, doing the exact same thing. 3 minutes of staring, mouth moving, then gone. I was freaking out now. I called Jake into my room and showed him both videos. That's when he got serious. 2 different people doing identical behavior? That's not normal, he said. We need to figure out what's happening. The next Tuesday, I was ready. I set up an extra camera pointing toward the street to see where they came from. At 2:47 a.m., the woman appeared right on schedule, but this time, I caught something else. She wasn't alone. There were 4 other people standing across the street, just watching her watch my house. They were all different ages, different clothes, but they stood in a perfect line like they were waiting for their turn. When her 3 minutes ended, she walked back to them, and they all left together heading toward the bus stop. I called the police again. This time, they took it seriously. 5 people conducting surveillance on your house is not normal, the officer said. They sent a detective to review all my footage. What they found in the background of my videos changed everything. The detective noticed that every time these people showed up, there was a white van parked 3 blocks away. Same van, same license plate. When they ran the plates, it came back to a group home for people with severe mental disabilities. Turns out, one of the residents had become obsessed with my address after seeing it on a piece of mail that blew into their yard. He'd convinced 4 other residents that my house was significant somehow, and they'd been taking turns monitoring it as part of some imaginary mission. The group home staff had no idea. These residents were considered high-functioning and were allowed to take evening walks unsupervised. They'd been using bus passes to travel to my neighborhood every week. The facility immediately changed their policies and the visits stopped.